Hello there everybody on YouTube, what's happening? A little bit of a miniature Silly Sunday special. This is actually a bit different. You can probably tell why. I'm focusing on the PSP this time, not PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, any of that. So, here's something that I was actually going to show you guys. Now, you may have actually seen my earlier upload, This is Why God Doesn't Talk to Me Anymore. And while that still remains true, I wanted to show you exactly what I did in order to achieve that. So, as you can see, what I took is the, well, if you're a Gran Turismo fan, you know this car, or if you're a fan of British racing, this is the Lister Storm V12 race car from 1999. Well, I mean, you could probably already read that, but in any case, since Gran Turismo on the PlayStation Portable doesn't have a tuning feature in the slightest, you might be wondering how in the hell I did that, considering the car does not act like that in the game, or in real life for that matter, but you already knew that. So, let me go ahead and demonstrate what I did. But, I think we're going to use a different car for this one. So, now keep in mind, this does not work as well with every car. You need to try different combinations in order to get this to work. I'm probably going to display a car that doesn't work. I haven't displayed all of them, but, you know what? There's a first time for everything. So, let's find a car that looks nice, is a bit of a race car, and might actually work with this. I say we go to... What would be a good company to work with for this thing? I mean, you could try a Ford car, but I don't know. Well, we do have not one, but two Ferrari F2007s here. And yes, in case you're wondering, I did actually use cheats to collect every single car in the game because, well, I wanted to have a save file that had everything on it in case I just wanted to goof off and, you know, do whatever the hell I wanted. For such cases like this, it works perfectly. So, here I have the Ferrari F2007 over here. 687 horsepower. Well, this car I've already favorited, as you can tell by the star there. So, we'll leave well enough alone for now. Now, we're going to take a certain engine here. We're going to take the Bugatti. So, what you want to do is you want to take this car and get in it. Wait for it to load. Now that we're in it, it's about time that I discuss exactly what we're going to be doing here. If you have a PlayStation Portable and you haven't modded it, do so now. Find a custom firmware that'll run on this system. And, I mean, I know Sony would rather you not do that, but in order to accomplish this task, this is what I would say. So, yeah, if you want, run a custom firmware, which will mean you won't even be able to log into PlayStation Network if you're behind on the update, which I am. And, well, since we got the Bugatti Veyron right there, we're going to open up a plugin that my custom firmware has, which most custom firmware is capable of using, called CW Cheat. What we need to do is we need to hold down the select button. We're going to be holding it down a little bit longer than that. And here you can see that we've got the CW Cheat menu opened up. Now, we already have cheats enabled, but that's not the focus of what we're going to be doing here. We're going to use the cheat searcher function, as you can hopefully read right there. Now, we're going to perform a disassembler. Now, here's where things get really, really tricky. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of different random code here. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be searching through the addresses for different values of code. So, here we are at the 146B section. Now, this is for all of the parts that the car uses. This is actually carried over mostly from Gran Turismo 4, considering PSP was pretty much built off of 4. We need to look for a value That is 146B268. Happens to be right down there. Now, this is actually where the car engine is capped. And as you can see, at the address, the code is 00000AB6. Now, we need to memorize that. So, let's go enable cheats. Wait, no, not enable cheats. We need to go to select cheats. And up top is where it says engine. Now, this is a special cheat menu, which you have to download from a certain site. I'll actually put the link in the description, which will actually give you further details on how this works and how exactly to do it. But you go to select cheats, because this is actually a cheat menu that you have to install yourself, or copy into a notepad thing yourself, and we need to press square to edit the values. Now, as you can see, I've already edited the value to have it at AB6, right there. So, back it out. Now, I have a few other values that are I do have can't speak. I do have a couple of other things that are selected, mainly Turbo Stage 4 and the empty exhaust, which means that, well, if there were parts here, they would show up. But most of it is not there. Most of it is just gone. So, now that we've done that, let's go to the car that we want to mod. Now, let's apply it to the Ferrari F2007. Now I should probably mention that if you apply these mods after having already selected your car, then it is incredibly vital that you select the car again, otherwise the mods will not be applied. Now, you might be asking yourself why the car has to be in the favorites list. Well, the way the Gran Turismo PSP works, cars will have a quick tune list that you can actually edit if the car is in the favorites. I mean, you can edit it at any point in time, but in the favorites list, it's actually saved. And if I remember correctly, there's only anywhere between 30 to 50 slots. I can't remember. But we're going to go ahead and take the Ferrari F2007, and we're going to bring it to the track. Now, remember that I said that this does not work properly with every vehicle. You're about to find out how true that is. With the Lister Storm V12, somehow I managed to get lucky. I don't know how, I don't know why, it just somehow managed to work. Now, if everything's been applied correctly, the end result as you can see, this car is not supposed to be this slow. That is actually showing you that this is not going to work with every single car. In fact, with this one, it is complete catastrophic failure. But that's how this entire thing works. It doesn't work with every car, so I would say if you really want to mess with this, then try different combinations of cars with different engines and see what you can come up with. The Lister Storm V12 with the Bugatti Veyron engine was a bit of a lucky break, as that car is capable of hitting over 500 miles per hour because of the edits that I've made. I don't understand how it works, it just does. So, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm Helldog Spawn. I'll be seeing you all in the next video or live stream or whatever the hell I'm doing. And if you have a PlayStation Portable with Gran Turismo PSP, I'd say break it out again to test this out. Who knows, you might actually get a lot more fun than you normally would out of the regular game, because as we all know, this game is completely fucking bare bones, and you might as well just get one of the PlayStation 1 titles and put it on your PSP. It's a little more in-depth that way. But yeah, see you all in the next video. Have a good night. Yeah, have a good day. Peace out.